All right, yeah. So I got to recharge my laptop battery. Yeah, so I'm back. And I got done talking to a friend of mine, man. He's he's with this woman who's, I think she's like 32 or something. Man, like I swear to you, I'm gonna try to be sure because my laptop battery, ran out of battery. I'm in Europe now, so I got to plug it up to this converter because I don't know if you guys know, but they use like electric ports here. So I gotta like I gotta take some plugs out. But yeah, man, man, when they get over 30, when they get, I say like 26, I say 25. But when they start getting 26, 27, 28, man, like looking back on all my friends, right? And the group of friends who got their girlfriends slash wives before the age of 25. And then you put them in a group, right? And then the guys that I know who found their wives, baby mothers, and all this after 25, we put them in a group. It's these two groups have generally the same running culture within the two, and I swear, and like with me, when I had like when I talk to women who are under 25, there's a certain culture you have with that, and then when they get over 25 there's a different culture you have with that, and to be honest, when they're over 25, that's just not worth long-term relationship. It's just not. Everything, in my opinion, once they hit over 25, it's all fake. Like it's all like make pretend, like, oh, we can be 20 again and be young and in love again. It's just all fake, man. Like I just personally, like I just do not have any patience. I have zero patience because you got to realize the reality of it. By the time they're over 25, see, like I said in the previous video, their peak years are roughly 16 to 25, and if they don't do anything in those years, usually see those all those bad habits, they just keep growing. You see what I'm saying? Because now they're sitting home a lot more by themselves, and they're being validated that they're the right one and everybody else is wrong because they're starting to watch women's TV, reading women's novels, and tell them, "Oh, girl, you perfect, you right." Whatever they doing is wrong. So they just start growing more and more crazier. I watched Emma Watson, and this is a sad story, y'all, because I love Emma Watson. I think she could be incredibly sexy. But Emma Watson just turned 30. And guess what? She's a feminist. So that should infer she can't keep a man around right off the bat. Or a man of any a man of any value. She can't keep him around. So, and it's sad because Emma Watson, see, this is what I'm saying. If they don't get a man between 16 and 25, roughly, though that is the consistent habit of the rest of their lives in most cases. They'll sure, I mean, sure, I've also heard plenty of stories of, like I say, a woman, she didn't get a man between 16 and 25, and she just lassos in a man because she wants a baby at the last minute, or tries to speed rush a family at the last minute. That happens, and she can find a fool dumb enough to do it. Okay, but like for me, like man, like it's just it really is. It's a sad story, man. Because like going back, okay, to the two groups, to the friends of mine who found their wives and girlfriends before they were 25, and to the friends of mine who found them after they were 25. Now, the ones who found them before they were 25, it's a general, there's a general culture in it. The woman is more of a true companion. She's more of a true partner in life. She's more, she's more willing to sacrifice and do things and please other people, and she's more willing to be there a lot of times. I'm not saying every case on the planet, but with all the people who I know, and it counting my own past relationships, when I dated women under 25, these were the common culture habits. When they're under 25, they're still, the guy and the girl, they're still somewhat moldable to become, a true unit. You see what I'm saying? And this is something like women, they naturally grow out of this after if they could never keep a man throughout their prime years. They grow out of it and they can never ever go back to it. Because like now with the women who I've dated and friends of mine who I know who lassoed in that 30-year-old trying to speed rush a family, it's the same problems. She just doesn't budge. She's so stuck in her ways. You have to follow everything she says. You have no voice. And guess what? If you do grow a voice, child support, alimony. You see what I'm saying? Now you're on the hook. See, like I just man, there's no way I could once they hit a certain age, but they're pretty much used for intermittent companionship, intermittent sex toys, and that's about it. Unless she's got a lot of money, more money than you. But in most cases, see, she won't want you at that point because she wants something better because she thinks she's better. So they just kind of in turn become you. In most cases, they mostly just become useless to society because I mean because like okay because you gotta think in a woman's logic is to please others and get a little more than whatever she put into something, right? Which it works when they're in their prime and they're young and they're beautiful. They can get away with that. But when they start hitting 30, 35, 40, and they got all these other competition of women, and see, they still walk around that same mentality. I'm going to put 10 cents in and I'm going to get $1 out of it. You see, and it just don't work like that. Like a woman's her mental timing. I'm saying if she doesn't, if a woman does not get a man and keep a man throughout her prime years, that woman's brain is officially defective. And I'd say at least 90% of cases. And at least 90% of cases, once they've reached this point where they did not keep a legitimate man in a home and had some type of family setting in her prime years, if she did not do this in her prime years, she will never be able to do it. It's like we see women are like dogs and they're like children. Once they learn something, that's it. They don't go back and fix it in any kind of ways. Men can like kind of backtrack, see where they went wrong, and now be the lovable granddad everybody likes. Women don't do it the same way. It can happen, but it doesn't happen anywhere near the same rate. Women they're not moldable creatures, especially after those younger years. They're not moldable creatures. And at this point, once those moldable years are up, they're looking for a fool. That's just the long story short of it. Because man, like yeah, like I said, the friends of mine who found their girls wives and they were under 25, the man's has plenty of say so in that relationship. Okay, if something happens, he gonna talk over her and it's gonna be fixed. You see what I'm saying? But if it's outside of prime years, that man's got to run away from home. He got to hide out in his friend's basement. And all this, it just never works. Because like I said, because right now I was talking to. I mean, I kicked that older one to the curb. I just deleted her. I just unmatched her because the older, like I just like it's that older like once they get older, man, like, it's like they okay, it's like once they get older. Now, okay, now in the type of women who I mess with, once they get older, it's like they've realized their purpose in the dating market has now plummeted, right? So now that they have to shift it to something, and it usually shifts to being a career woman, and that career man that just destroys them even more. It does. It just they're just destroyed. There's no partnership in that mentality. Woman, you see, when they're still younger and probably even have a better career than the older one in a lot of cases. Like what I'm talking to right now, she like they still have that kind of innocent want to please someone and just be accepted. Like it's still there. It's still intact. You see what I'm saying? Like they haven't been drugged through the mud. They haven't been plowed through 50 men on Tinder. Well, some of them have been plowed through 100 dudes a month at the bars, and you see what I'm saying? Like, so they still kind of have that innocence of like, oh, what can I please you? What can I do? Are you not happy? Well, what can I do to make you happy? You see what I'm saying? See that co-companionship. See, and the bad part is, see, once they get older, they see that as being weak. This is not being weak. This is being a partner, you see, because I'm going to do what you see. The man's going to do what you want to do. So you should do what the man wants to do sometimes. See, but when they get older, they view that as being a man's mommy and a man's maid. And all this translates into is what they're really saying is, I want a fool to do what I want. and I'm not going to do anything for him because I'm remembering all those older guys who I used to be nice to when I was younger, and they all ran me through the mud. Because, like I said, these women have been plowed through 1,000 times. once they hit 30, they've been plowed through 1,000,000 times. So they what they call like the 1,000 cock stare. That's what they got. Like it's just gross. Like it really is, man. Like I just personally, I just have, especially if she's got a kid or she's over 30, I just have absolutely no patience for that. Absolutely not. I will dog her out to her face. I will tell her whatever. I will just be mean as every. I would just be mean to him. But that makes him like you even more. But like that man, if I tell any man, like I tell close people to me who are in their 60s, I wouldn't advise them to talk to a woman over 25, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. I would I think it was what's the guy's Hugh Hefner. I don't know if this is true or not, but it was a story Hugh Hefner has said. He said he was dating one of his Playboy models. Well, no, he was trying to date one of his Playboy models, and so he asked her on a date. And then the Playboy model, she's like pauses and thinks. She goes, "Well, I've never dated anyone over the age of 25." And then Hugh Hefner kind of laughs and goes, "Oh, but my dear, neither have I." He had it figured out. He had it figured out, and he held on to it. I'm not mad at him because, like I said, once they get over 25, that's when all that that's when all they grow too independent, and when they get too independent, there is no space for anyone else to do anything. Okay, except maybe the children she'll give them the space, but like you are just, an ATM, pretty much at this point. One, if you get with a woman over, in most cases over 30, like I was like, there's some who trickle through for whatever reason. Maybe she was like super focused on her schoolwork, or she was younger, she was super focused on her career, and now she wants to be a legitimate partner in life. It does happen. So I'm not saying every case. I say, but between 80 to 90% of them are just complete trash. Once they've hit 30, and they can't, and they've never kept the man around longer than a year. Because watch, and okay, in your personal life, look at all the women who are older, right? And I want you to do this. I want you to really start like taking legitimate notes on the habits of the women around you, and the types of men they date, the length that they date men, the length that they actually live with a man, the length of time that the man is like consistently around. And watch, and when you start doing the math on it and you look at it, you're gonna start making some logic out of it. Watch, and it's gonna start becoming real clear. Like yeah, Aunt Susie could never keep a man. Now she's 45, and Aunt Susie got all her bills paid, look good and everything, and she can't keep a man. She never could keep a man from since he was 6 years old up to 45. She never could do it. And then you got another aunt or cousin or whatever, cousin Sharon. Cousin Sharon been married 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Their husband died. Now got remarried. She's been married for 7 years to the new. See what I'm saying? You see how those habits work out? You got your cousin Sarah. Cousin Sarah, she can't keep a man around longer than 6 months, and it's been like this. Usually if she's lucky, she kept one around for a period of time, type of thing. They like it's just like watch, do the math on it. Like start paying attention to the quality women you're around, and really start taking an inventory of everything you're doing. Are they single mothers? How long do they keep a job? Are they always asking for money? Are they every time you see them, are they always in distress? I just need. Oh my god! Like seriously, start paying attention to these habits in them. You see, and it's going to be much clearer which ones are going to be the one. And I'll tell you what'll make it even much easier too. Pay attention to the quality of friends she's keeping around her. That's going to be very important as well. Pay attention to the quality of women that she's hanging out with. Because see, unlike men, women hang around whatever's very similar to them. This is why you never see Beyonce hanging out with Precious and taking pictures with her. You see what I'm saying? But on the flip side, you see Drew Carey hanging out with Mike Tyson. You see what I'm saying? Like you'll see them smiling, like, hey, drinking beers together. You'll see them in pictures, but you ain't gonna catch Beyonce hanging out with Precious or Beyonce hanging out with Monique. You ain't gonna you probably can't find a picture of the two. They probably ain't shared a text message since text message came out. See, pay attention to the women that women are hanging out with. Watch that. You see what I'm saying? So, like, what kind of career she has, what living situation she has. See, pay it. See, whatever that is. See, whatever her friends are doing, that's what she is for real. She just might be hiding it a little bit, because life may have, blessed her with a little more things or something for one way or another. But at the core, that's what she is, bro. I'm telling you, that's what she is, like deep down. It just hasn't been brought out yet. See, because like I said, women don't like. Okay, like let's say like a woman who works at like McDonald's, she ain't gonna be friends with a professional gymnast. Okay, they cannot be friends, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because it's how women think. If anybody's doing anything much better than that woman, her self-esteem is going to hurt too bad, and she must run away. Okay, because a woman has to be the winner in her area of women, or like she can't be too low. I should say in the area of women that she's in. But yeah, but the original topic, man. When they get over, I say 25 for real. But especially 30 is like the absolute cutoff. Just don't waste your time. Just seriously, I will say this. Like I said, there are some good ones out there. There are some great ones out there at any age. But for the overwhelming majority of them, man, unless you like worked with them or something, and or like y'all always knew each other since high school or something like that, like some abnormal circumstance. Unless it's something like that, like just don't even waste your time. Like just don't even waste your time. Because I read like articles that women write about talking about something how they feel invisible after 30. And yeah, and they should. and okay, and the reason why I say it so bluntly is because because this is how a woman women's brains don't pay attention to anything as long as they're winning, right? If a woman's brain is winning, then she don't care if the world burns down. See, and the reason why I don't care that they're invisible like after 30 is because of this. See, once upon a time, that 32-year-old woman used to be that 19-year-old girl, right? Now, that woman remembers when she was 19, and she remembers looking at 32-year-old women and going, ugh, she's old. Yuck. You see? And didn't pay her any, and threw her to the curb. You see? But see, the sad part is about a woman's nature is they all inevitably end up like that. This is why it's funny, and this is why nobody cares around the planet. This is why women can never gain any sympathy for this, because they do it to themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like they do it because it's their nature to be the best thing they can be. But what makes them the best thing they can be is really out of their control. It's what biology blessed them with. Like it's all a sick joke in the end. And they get and the punch them. Trust me, that punchline hits them with equal rights and lefts for the rest of their life after their prime. But yeah, man, that's me.